and welcome to TEW 2013. I am here today with my save that is taking place in a 2006 real-world mod, and this is the, last SmackDown before the next pay-per-view, but it's not a SmackDown pay-per-view, it's a Raw pay-per-view, Backlash, but, tomorrow it will be Backlash will be posted, so, let me save, and let's see how SmackDown goes. I have one pre-show match this week, and Kennedy's Killers beat the Mexicools. That's a pretty solid match. I expected I get it in the C range, but I may have to put it on the show next week. Just maybe. Yeah, Burchell and Jordan get pretty good bonuses, and, they don't have good chemistry one way or another, but they'll get there, I think. And the show opens up with Randy Orton. He is sick and tired of all these mind games The Undertaker's been playing on him for the past 2 weeks. So he is taking the night off. Just taking the night off. And Alex Shelley comes to the ring and claims that there would be no match between him and Daniels next week for the Cruiserweight title because Daniels is injured. And that leads into a match versus Jay Lethal where he wins by the spiral tap. Yeah, go Alex Shelley. And then Christopher Daniels comes out and says he will fight Alex Shelley next week for the Cruiserweight Championship. So I will go ahead and book that right now. Alex Shelley, Christopher Daniels, Cruiserweight Championship next week on SmackDown. And Benoit had that's more than I would expect for a Benoit promo. He cuts a promo on Joe, basic, just, I want the U.S. title promo. And that, it carried over from the pre-show last week. Mark Henry got a pretty good grade. Again, Callis did some good work at ringside. Like to see that after all those failed attempts with him, with Umaga, and then with Snitsky and Tomko. It took him a while, but he finally found his niche. He found Mark Henry. And good promo between these two. They always are good. And I was hoping better. I will say I was hoping this match would be better. Especially with Benoit. I guess Benoit is a weird heel face thing, because Benoit is still technically a heel. It's still technically a face. But it didn't say, odd face. But, I wouldn't say that would drag that down too much. Although maybe it would, I don't know. Then Joe cuts a promo better than Benoit, basically saying, whenever you get your match from Teddy Long, I'll be ready. And then Kennedy has a promo, I'm Legend Killer, I will beat Chris Jericho. He's a loudmouth guy, he can go on for a while talking. And this did not do as good as they did last week on the pre-show. But still, it did alright. It did alright. Christian basically does his I want one more match stuff, only he never actually had a match for the world title, but he's saying I want a match for the world title. And damn, that was a good match. Same thing I think the same thing that's gonna happen on this show that happened on Raw with the main event and the co-main event right here. Christian beats Rey Mysterio with the Texas Cloverleaf after interference from Batista, and after the match, Batista just continues to beat down Ray. And then an A+ promo by Taker, calling Orton a baby for leaving, blah blah blah. And the main event did alright. Daniel Bryan losing to the Undertaker. I was gonna put a angle where Undertaker threw out an open challenge and Daniel Bryan accepted, but that's fine. It's fine without it. And then, after the match, the lights start to flicker, and on the Titantron there's only one word: greatness. And that flickers out, and the new words appear. Word appears: elegance. And the lights go out all the way. And when they come back on, Taker's in the middle of the ring with the words "evolution of a man" spray painted on the ring. Now the question is, was that Randy Orton? Show got a B plus. Look at that. Taker and Daniel Bryan in the main event didn't do as. I mean, it did pretty good. It did pretty good. Then Taker had 2 good promo segments. I mean, when doesn't Taker have have any good promo segments? I mean, everything I've given him over the past couple weeks, him and Orton, man, they've just been knocking it out of the park. And I have re-signed Randy for 10 years because there's no time in between here and now where I can imagine where I would want to get rid of Randy Orton. I didn't do any title changes anytime soon. Yeah, Backlash is in 4 days. Let me check medical. No, Ric Flair's back in 12 days. That's all right. Storylines. Let's look at the heat on the storylines for Raw. That's a B. That's a B. It's a B plus. It's a C plus. I didn't put any women's matches on Raw this week. Ooh, I made a mistake. Just realized that. I'm gonna have to make up for that next Raw. And they're gonna title match at Backlash. Maybe I'll put on another match at Backlash for the women too to compensate for that not having Raw. And that is not going to be at the pay-per-view, probably. Probably not, unless I need time to fill. That feud will not be at Backlash. And that feud is just red hot. Can't get any hotter. Now let's check the SmackDown feuds. The Cruiserweight title feud, a B. That's pretty good for the Cruiserweights. Joe and Benoit is a B. Kennedy and Jericho is a B+. Yeah, that seems about right. C. Yeah, because that tag team, that 6-man brought it down. Which, how come I didn't bring that down, but I brought this one down by so much? Oh well. B-. Yeah. And an A+. Yeah, the world title feuds right now that I have going on are just great. They're just great. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time you watch a video.